On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be talking about week 5 of 5 on implementing safety. So stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, Warehouse Safety Tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. Hey, you've made it to week 5 of 5 on implementing safety. We've been trying to give you talking points that you can have before and after shifts, things that you can do, walkthroughs that you can do, all the different things that you can do that will help you implement safety. And this week is no different. The very first thing we want to talk to you about is number 1, which is leading by example. It's going through, walking the walk, talking the talk, making sure that you do things the same way that you're telling people to do things, because the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So if you do these things and lead by example, you're going to be well on your way to being someone that people want to emulate and do the same thing that they're doing. So make sure that you lead by example. The second thing is going to be to encourage open communication. So make sure that people are always able to go and tell their either safety coordinator, their manager, their maintenance, whoever it is that helps handle safety, that they have found something that could be a potential hazard, something has already happened, or just anything that has to do with safety. It could just be as simple as an idea. And also make sure that people aren't scared to do so. So the next thing is going to be number 3, which is regular training. Regular training and what we just talked about, which is making sure that you have open communication. Those two things are things that we've already covered, and we want to make sure that we keep hammering the point, because by going through and having regular training, you're able to make sure that you're always up on the latest, greatest safety. You might want to touch base with other facilities, find out what is potential hazards or things that have already happened in their area, or what they're doing to be proactive. Make sure that you always figure out when something does happen, what could have led up to it that could have been prevented, what could have been done to prevent it when it did happen, and what you could do to prevent it in the future. And always going out there and being proactive about that. The fourth thing is going to be conducting thorough inspections. So that is kind of like the walk around I spoke about at the beginning of this, going through and looking for things before they become an issue, to where you can stay proactive. And last but certainly not least, it's recognizing safety practices. Years ago, I was involved in some undercover stuff where I was looking for people that were doing things from everything from drugs to sabotage to you name it. And somebody asked me one time, if I felt bad doing that. And my answer was no, because number 1, I was keeping the people that weren't doing bad things safe. But the other thing was, I wasn't just reporting on things that were bad and people that were doing wrong. I was also reporting on people that never made a fuss, but were doing things right. And the things that they were doing, the things that I saw them do that if implemented by the other people would have made things just run that much smoother. So make sure when you see people doing things that are positive, that promote safety, that, promote that overall idea of keeping things, running as smooth as possible for production and for just everything in your particular facility to go smoothly, that you recognize those people and let them know that they've done a good job. So reward it and, keep that feeling of reporting and keeping things as safe as possible front of mind for all of your staff. So the one thing that I want to point out is the same thing that we point out on all of our tips, and that is make sure that you follow the rules and regulations of your specific facility. These are just suggestions, but they are going to be things that will get you well on your way to a very good safety mentality and implement safety. We thank you so much for being part of another episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. Until we talk to you next time, have a great week, stay safe, and here's a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable, It's virtually indestructible, and it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line floor tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape, beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic, and backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line floor tape, the only durable stripe.